Hello, welcome to Operations Management. In this lecture, I will talk about exponential smoothing method for forecasting. So the formula which we will be using in exponential smoothing method for forecasting is f of t is equal to f of t minus 1 plus alpha a of t minus 1 minus f of t minus 1. So this formula looks complicated, but it's very easy. So f of t is the forecast for time period t. F of t minus 1 is previous time period forecast. A of t minus 1 is previous time period actual sales or demand. And then alpha is a smoothing constant, it's a percentage. So it will lie between 0 and 1. It's also a percentage when it lies between 0 and 1. You can express it as percentage also. So in this, the main concept is this is the error portion. So A of t minus f of t is the error you made in a of t minus 1 minus f of t minus 1 is the error you made in previous time period. So you are trying to adjust the errors you are making in previous time periods by using exponential smoothing. So we will try to understand the concept by using a problem. So we have XYZ company and it sells chairs. So we have certain day of a week, suppose Monday. The actual sales is 20, and then we are forecasting. So this is forecast by using exponential smoothing. I will write exponential smoothing as ES. So if you see, we have actual sales and we wanted to predict maybe Tuesday forecast. What would be? So we have actual value of previous time period, which is my A of t minus 1 here. So this is minus 1. And then the forecast, we need the previous time period forecast. Suppose the previous time period forecast is 10. This will be given. And again, this is also given. All the actual sales will be always given to you. And then we need a smoothing constant alpha. Suppose the alpha is 0.5. So this is also given. So I want to predict Tuesday. So Tuesday's forecast would be f of t minus 1. So to predict time period t, we are relying on previous time periods. So f of t minus 1, this is forecast, right? So t minus 1 is f of t minus 1 is 10 plus our smoothing constant is 0.5, so that would be 0.5. So just I will strike out this question mark, and then actual a of t minus 1 is 20 minus f of t minus 1 is previous time periods forecast, that is 10. So we are going to get a forecast of, if you calculate this, you should get 15. So once we got this, now at the end of Tuesday we will get the actual values of Tuesday's sales. Suppose the actual value is 30. I can predict Wednesday, right? So I can use again the same formula, f of t minus 1, which is previous time periods forecast 15, plus alpha is 0.5 multiplied by, so this is if you are putting in calculator you have to put multiplication in between, right? So you should know this. So the actual value is of previous time period, a of t minus 1 would be 30 minus the forecasted value of previous time period, which is 10. So remember, always you are using previous time periods actual values and forecasts. Don't use the current time periods even though the data is available. So we rely to forecast like to forecast tomorrow, we rely on today's data. So that is the important thing which you need to understand. So this value is going to be if you calculate this, 22.5. So Wednesday again we have at the end of Wednesday we will have the actual value. Suppose this is 15 and we wanted to forecast Thursday, so that is again we will be using this formula f of t minus 1, so that would be 22.5 plus alpha is 0.5 multiplied by the actual value, which is 15, minus the forecasted value 22.5. So this you should get 18.75. So finally I will calculate for Friday. So to calculate Friday, the actual value we would have at the end of Thursday, we would have got the actual sales, that is suppose 35. So the forecast for Friday would be 18.75, which is previous time periods forecast, plus alpha is 0.5 multiplied by the actual value of actual sales of Thursday, that's 35, minus the forecasted value of Thursday, which is 18.75. So that is going to give me 26.875. So the most important concept in this is we need previous time periods forecast to predict next time period. So that's the main important concept of exponential smoothing. This concludes my lecture on exponential smoothing. Thank you.